993,226 candidates sat the examination.
More students attain direct entry to university with grade C+, with 1,180 results missing due to suspected irregularities. President William Ruto camps in North Rift region as he spearheads the Nyota program. You're in the great company of Laura Omondi on the sign language interpretation. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. The broadcast kicks off right now. Celebrations in Meru School are in top gear following the release of the KCSE results as the school topped the country this year. Meru School recorded 69 A's, 136 A minuses with an average score of 9.97. The school principal hailed the students' hard work. Over 90% of students from the school are set for university admission.
We presented a candidate of 545. And out of these, the following are the results. We end A plain 69, A minus 136, B plus 153, B plain 117, B minus 49, C plus 13, C plain 6, and C minus 2 students only. Out of these 545, only 8 who will not be going to the university, but definitely they can join the tertiary colleges because the last grade that we had was C minus. If we were to compare with last year, we've done a big or great improvement because we have improved from a mean of 9.3 to 9.9, which is a positive deviation of 0.662.
It was all smiles and dance at Asumbi Girls after they registered 9.784 mean score in the just announced 2025 KCSE results. The school, which has been recording impressive results for decades, set new standards with an excellent performance that saw all candidates who sat for the national test qualify for the university placement. The school's chief principal, Lynette Pino, who shared the results with the continuing students, revealed that a total of 914 students sat for the test and all of them scored C+ and above.
This afternoon, we want to thank God for the good results that we have just received. Asumbi Girls National School and now Asumbi Girls Senior School had a total of 914 candidates in the year 2025. Out of that candidature, we have 9 with grade A plain, 178 with grade A minus, 396 with B plus, 273 with B, 54 with B minus, and 4 with C plus. Our school target for 2025 was 10.0. We have achieved 9.784. And we are happy.
To a different county, joy and excitement filled Kisumu Boys High School following the release of the national examination results, in which 10 candidates from the institution attained the top grade of A. The outstanding performance has been celebrated widely by the school community and education stakeholders, who have described it as a major milestone in strengthening academic standards and preserving the long-standing prestige of the historic school. Speaking to journalists outside his office, the school's principal, Austin Muma Okello, attributed impressive results to collective effort and shared commitment to excellence. He emphasized that success was not accidental, but the outcome of discipline, teamwork, and self-drive among learners.
But of the ones we have downloaded, we have counted up to 10 plane A's. So out of the 10 A planes, 2 of the candidates have scored A plane of 84, with one of them scoring straight A's in all the subjects where he was examined. We take this opportunity to thank the Almighty God for this great achievement. We don't take it for granted.
Meru Girls High School in Kiambu County broke an 11-year record with their KCSE 2025 results after averaging a mean score of 9.03. On the other hand, St. Mary's Igoji sent 95% of the candidate class to university with a mean score of 9.123.
Our results have improved tremendously, and we have broken a record of 11 years. So that is why all of us are celebrating our cooperation. We are celebrating our collaboration, because together we have achieved more. Now in 2025, we had a candidature of 499, and we have a B of 9.03. We have 14 A's, 56 A minus, 118 B plus, 139 B's, 111 B minus, 41 C plus, 17 C's, 2 C minus, and 1 D plus.
We had a candidature of 455 girls, and they have done us proud. We were able to post 8 plain A's, 71 A minuses, 109 B plus, 115 B's, 89 B minus, 40 C plus, 19 plain C, 2 C minus, 1 D plus, and 1 D. So that's a normal curve. Our mean score is 9.123 against the mean score of last year, which was 8.4945. Yeah, so you can see from those figures, this year is a B plane, last year was a B minus. The deviation is a positive of 0.6285. Last year we took 93.681%. This year they are transitioning 94.945%. Actually, we can say 95%.
To Bungoma County, Bungoma High School has warmly received its examination results, with 3 students scoring grade A, among them Alan Baraka, who says his ambition is to become a surgeon in future. Another 13 students attained grade A minus, while more than 200 students qualified for direct entry to universities. The school principal, Bishop Wycliffe Wasike, said that this is a source of pride for the school, as its students have demonstrated great effort in achieving these results. The last time the school recorded a grade A was 10 years ago. The deputy principal, together with the head of academics department, explained the increased efforts they are making to improve academic performance at the school, including restoring the school's pride, which had declined in previous years.
We want at this juncture to thank the Lord for the good results we've had, and these results are from very superb academic programs we have in this school. We have programs running watertight throughout the week.
Na ukweli ni kwamba matokeo haya yamedhihirisha uwezo ulio katika shule ya Bungoma High School. Ni shule ambayo ina uwezo mkubwa, hata kama kwa muda wa miaka mingi imekuwa katika hali ambayo ni ya chini, lakini tunashukuru Mungu kwa sababu kutokana na ujio wa walimu ambao wana maono mazuri yametusaidia kuweza kufanikiwa. Mwaka jana walimu walifanya bidii.
Kiingereza. The last time tulipata A plane ilikuwa 2015. Hao vijana watatu wametupatia 3 A planes kwa Kiingereza. Tumefurahi sana.
Naitwa Calvin Kipyegon, na kupata 13 A's kama Bungoma High ni jambo la muhimu sana kwetu. Tunaaminiana ya kwamba next year pia sisi tutapitisha kiwango hii.
Ingawaje hawayuko hapa, na kila ambacho naweza sema tu ndio mwanzo tu. Hii ni Simba inaitwa Bungoma na ilikuwa imetulia tu, sasa ndio imeamka. Sasa ndio tumeanza na tunamshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa matokeo haya.
Shule ya kutazama, maana ni shule ukiingia unajua umepita mtihani. Matokeo haya yanatupa motisha ya kuweka bidii sana, maana tuna uhakika kwamba wanafunzi hawa tulikuwa tumewatayarisha vizuri na walifanya mtihani wakijitahidi, na tuna uhakika kwamba haya yanatupatia msingi wa matokeo hata bora kuliko haya ambayo sisi tunatarajia.
Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migoso Gamba announced that 226,000 candidates sat for the 2025 exams, up from 962,512 in 2024, representing an increase of 30,714 candidates. According to the ministry, 17 subjects recorded significant performance improvements, the same number as in 2024, while 11 subjects saw a decline slightly higher than 10 subjects recorded in previous year. A total of 1,932 candidates attained an overall mean grade of A plane. The number of candidates achieving the direct entry of university grade C+ rose to 270,000 from 246,000 in 2024. Similarly, those scoring grade C- and above increased to 507,000, up from 476,000 of last year. Candidates attaining a pass grade of D+ and above also rose to 634,000 from 605,000 recorded in 2024.
Ladies and gentlemen, during the 2025 KCSE examinations, 993,226 candidates sat the examination compared to 962,512 candidates in the year 2024. This represents an increase by 30,714 candidates, which is an increase of 3.19%. Of the 993,226 candidates who sat the 2025 KCSE examinations, 492,012 were male, while 501,214 were female, representing 49.54% and 50.46% of the total candidature, respectively. There were 1,932, which is 0.19% candidates who obtained an overall mean grade A plane in the year 2025 KCSE examination. This is an improvement as compared to 1,693, which is 0.18% candidates who scored plane A in 2024.
A total of 1,180 candidates who sat for the 2025 KCSE exams will not receive the results after the Kenya National Examinations Council (NEC) cancelled them for engaging in exam irregularities. Speaking during the release of the 2025 KCSE results at AIC Chebisas High School in Eldoret, Education CS Julius Migoso Gamba noted that the action was taken following the conclusion of investigations that began in November last year. He defended the decision, referencing the NEC 2015 rules, legal notice number 132, which grants the council the legal mandate to either suspend or withhold a candidate's results over exam malpractice.
Was 634,082, which is 63.67% in the year 2025, compared to 605,774, which is 62.76% in the year 2024. National schools produced the highest number of candidates with an overall mean grade of A, which was 1,526, followed by extra county schools, which had 197, and private schools, which had 185. Sub-county schools, however, produced more candidates in the category of C+ and above compared to county schools, accounting for 72,699 and 36,600 respectively. I wish to reiterate that our stand on the integrity of examinations. In November last year, we indicated that there were reported cases under investigation and that action would be taken upon conclusion of the investigations. At the conclusion of the KCSE examination, 1,180 candidates were found to have been involved in examination irregularities. Consequently, and in line with the applicable law and regulations, their examination results have been cancelled.
Education CS Julius Ogamba at the same time has issued a stern warning to opposition leaders against politicizing the school selection process. He said the Ministry of Education will not allow political interference that could undermine the integrity of the placement system or disrupt learning opportunities for learners across the country. Speaking after releasing the results, Ogamba emphasized that action will be taken against individuals attempting to influence, sabotage, or discredit the school allocation process.
Where, for example, somebody who is a leader in their community stands up and says, this school is in our home area and only students from our home area should come to that school, and those are national schools. National schools are built by governments to accommodate all the students across the country. That kind of politics is not welcome in our institutions. And we were saying now we are ready because we have tried to wait for them to reason. They are not reasoning. As a ministry, as a sector, including our 12 million learners, and everybody, the teachers in the sector, all the teams that are working in the sector, we are not going to stand by while those politicians destroy our institutions or affect our learners. We will respond, we will hit back, we will not allow their shenanigans into our institutions. We are telling them to look for other places where they can get mileage for whatever political agenda that they have, not in education institutions. And we have said that they will have to go through us as a sector and as a government before they destroy the learners' future. Because we need to protect our children. All of us here who went to schools even outside our home areas, and we are Kenyans. So for a leader to stand and say, this is our school, we do not want other people from other regions to come and learn here, it is nonsense, it is not welcome, it is not clean politics, and will not allow any politician to use our schools, to use our students, to use our learners to get any political mileage.
DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua has reiterated that all students who perform well academically must be placed in national schools based on merit. The former deputy president emphasized that Kenyans must confront the ongoing issues with the quota system, especially since the introduction of devolution. Gachagua has pointed out that the main purpose of devolution was to highlight and address the plight of marginalized counties, ensuring equitable development and opportunities. Gachagua has criticized the practice where parents invest in community schools only to see their children admitted to distant schools. He has argued that it does not make sense for parents to pour resources into improving local schools, such as building labs or dormitories, yet their children are placed far away, while students with lower marks are admitted to national schools.
The issues I raised, and I want to be very clear, is that all children in Kenya deserve equal treatment. National schools are very critical because they have very developed infrastructure and they attract the best among our children. The issue that I raised, and I would like to continue raising it, is that there must be fairness in the placement of children in national schools. I have not insisted, and I cannot, that children of a certain area must go to schools where those schools are domiciled. No. What I'm saying is, where the schools are domiciled, children from that area who qualify to go to those schools must be given an opportunity. I have examples. Parents have called me from Nyanza, near Gaos, Kamusinga High School, Mukumu Gaos, Machako School, Mulango Gaos in Kitui, St. Charles Wanga, Thika High School, where children from those areas who had applied to be considered to be admitted in those areas, in those schools, and attained the requisite marks were denied an opportunity. For example, there is a child from the Goto area who got 71 out of 72 marks. Alliance High School is just a few meters from the Goto. That child had asked to be placed in Alliance High School, and the cluster was right. That child was denied an opportunity. Yet some children from other areas with as low as 50 marks have been admitted to those institutions. That is what we are saying is unfair. It cannot be, you know. This placement must be based on merit for all the children of Kenya. And I am saying it's unfair to deny a child an opportunity to go to a school of his or her choice with very high marks and give that opportunity to another child with very low marks.
Gachagua has at the same time criticized leaders from northeastern Kenya for their continued lecturing of other leaders instead of utilizing the development funds allocated through devolution to improve their own schools and infrastructure. He has noted that despite receiving billions of shillings from the national government, tangible progress in development has yet to be observed in those regions. The former deputy president also reflected on the old quota system where school principals would sit down with students and their parents to select suitable schools based on the students' location and needs.
Let leaders from northern Kenya not lecture us about affirmative action. Devolution has been in place since 2013, and leaders from those regions deliberately have refused to develop institutions. Yet they want their children to enjoy the facilities of institutions that have been put by other leaders in other counties. Since 2013, Wajir County has received 99.6 billion Kenya shillings. Marsabit County has received 76.83 billion. Garissa County has received 81.7 billion shillings. Mandera County has received 119 Kenya billion shillings. They have the opportunity to develop institutions of the highest standards possible in Kenya. Not just for the children of those areas, but for the children of Kenya. I traveled as deputy president to those areas, and I don't see any institutions, despite the massive funding that taxpayers have channeled to those counties. Yet in counties that have received less money, in Western Kenya, in Rift Valley, here in the mountain, when you go around, you see beautiful institutions. I want to say that we need to have a national conversation about zoning of placement. This was okay then because some areas were marginalized, but these areas have received massive funding from the Equalization Fund. They have received massive funds from the national kitty. CDF funds are shared equally among the 290 constituencies. Yet when you go to these areas where the leaders are making a lot of noise, there is nothing on the ground. In fact, when I was deputy president, I was shocked that these leaders from northern Kenya don't live there and they don't work there. Anytime I had a trip to Garissa, to Mandera, to Wajir, the leaders of those regions would demand that I make space available for them on my aircraft. I would go with them and come back with them.
President William Ruto arrived in Nakuru to preside over the disbursement of business startup capital under the Nyota project, targeting beneficiaries from the South Rift cluster. The event brought together thousands of youths drawn from the counties of Nakuru, Narok, Kericho, Bomet and Baringo, who have been selected to receive seed capital to grow small enterprises. The disbursement is part of a week-long national rollout under phase 2 of the project that will see about 50,000 young Kenyans across 27 counties receive startup capital and financial inclusion support. On Thursday, the head of state led a similar exercise in Eldoret for the North Rift region, where 9,500 beneficiaries from Uasin Gishu, Elgeyo Marakwet, Nandi, Trans Nzoia, Turkana and West Pokot counties received a total of approximately 250 million Kenyan shillings.
Nyinyi vijana mulio hapa, tulisema qualification ya wewe kupata program hii ya Nyota. The qualification is not to have qualification. That was the qualification. Munanielewa? Yes. Kwa sababu tulisema kwanza, ili iwe ni program ya vijana, tulisema if you are 29 years and above, you don't qualify. Ndio iwe program ya vijana. Tulisema 29 years and 19 years. Hapo katikati, hawa ndio watu tutashughulika na wao. Number 2, kama wewe uko na degree ya university ama college ama hiyo ingine, you don't qualify. Kwa sababu tunataka vijana ambao wamemaliza form 4 na kuteremka chini. Hapa tuko na vijana hawajasoma. Hapa tuko na vijana wamemaliza standard 7, standard 8. Hapa tuko na vijana wamemaliza form 4 ama wengine hata hawajamaliza form 4. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Kwa sababu in our demography, kila wakati tunafikiria wale wamemaliza shule, wale wako na certificate, wale wako na degree, wale wako na ujuzi. Lakini safari hii tulisema tuko na program nyingi, na nitawaeleza, ya wale wako na degree, wale wako na diploma, wale wako na certificate, wale wako na ujuzi. Tuko na program yao. Lakini hii tulisema pia kuna vijana wengine wengi Kenya ambao hawana ile qualification yote tunatafuta, lakini wao pia ni vijana wa Kenya. And they too deserve support from the government of Kenya.
A few days after the Bungoma senator, who's also the majority leader in the Senate, Wafula Wakoli, accused Bungoma County Department of Education of neglecting the studies of students in technical institutions in the county due to poor infrastructure and the failure to pay teachers for 2 years, the situation has now taken a new turn. Led by Agri Makoha, the principals of these institutions have now come out openly demanding that the Cabinet Executive Committee member for Education, Engineer Agnes Wachie, release operational funds to the affected schools, together with meeting other demands, failure to which they will paralyze academic activities in the institutions. The teachers have also called on the committee in charge of education matters in Bungoma County Assembly to increase funding in the education budget in order to help improve infrastructure in the affected institutions, whose conditions is currently poor. For now, the principals have threatened to suspend learning in the institutions next week when they are scheduled to reopen for the new term.
There is no shortcut. Walimu ambao mko hapa, I've just been in a meeting na walimu wa polytechnics wa Bungoma. It is very ashamed and very disturbing that for 2 financial years hawajapata capitation ya watoto wa TVET wa Bungoma. It is very alarming that watu wameandikwa from 2014 to 2015 without promotion. It is very unfair, and I want to ask the county government of Bungoma.
We have had a meeting for the delegates in charge of VTC in Bungoma County, and we want to request our department that the following demands. This is capitation, that we want it to enable us to run this institution. Sometimes last year we have had quite a number of meetings with our department, but from the look of things, it's like they don't want to support this department in matters of capitation so that we can train our trainees effectively.
Ningependa kuomba department for a period of time, 10 years down the line, no promotion. Now, ikiwa hakuna that kind of encourage instructors in terms of promotion, now it means you are not even appreciating our work. Now, we have those people who have been they have retired. Now wakijaribu kutafuta their benefits, hakuna.
Tunaenda kufungua next week. Tafadhali tunaomba bwana governor, department yetu imeoza. Tunakuomba tu kama you can make any change or transfer departments, utulete watu wenye wanajua ufahamu kwa hiyo department, wenye wanajua kazi, wenye wanajua maslahi ya wanafunzi. Kwa maana tuko na watu wanajua kazi lakini hawafahamu, hawajui maana ya watoto chini. Sisi wenyewe tuko chini.
All right, that story was produced by Duncan Koba from Bungoma County, and it marks the end of our broadcast tonight. We'd love to take the opportunity on behalf of EBN TV to convey our biggest congratulations to the KCSE class of 2025. You've done the nation proud. Be proud of yourself, and a new journey now begins as you look forward to pursuing higher education. So pick your courses wisely, all right? Thank you very much for watching tonight. You've been in the safe pair of hands of Laura Omondi on the sign language interpretation. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Good night.